So let's start with list. So just let me just and make you understand with the list part that we are going through. The list is in a container that holds the data of variable types. It may be string, it may be this, and when it's a numbers, it may be string, it may be integers, it may be floats, anything. It stores everything. Okay. Now these are the types of lists that we have already practiced in the day 3, and the float and everything, the mixed list, and this was the printing. And now we'll start with the functions. Okay. So if you want to see what all these, how to print this, you can refer to our previous video. And after this, we'll come to this append in this today's session. So before going to this append and what is this append, let me just come to the Visual Studio Code and create a folder file. Sorry, it's J4. Okay, let me know in the comment section that have you got the access of the codes? Did you find the link there where you find the codes? Okay, I didn't get a response. I believe, okay, today again I will send you the link of the code with this, where you will find all your data over there, all the code details. So now the string over here, Teckat, let the string be Teckat welcomes you. Okay, now what, sorry, we are not doing the string, sorry, we are doing the list. So let the list be over here. And the list are 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, what this append function is? So let me make this also very clear right over here, that we are going for the sequence, and inside the sequence we are going for number 2, that is list. Okay, we are going for the list. And first function that we're gonna learn is append function. Or else we could write it. Yeah, right. So what does append does? Append means just it will add in the to the next element. Add the element that we pass into the function to the next element. Now let us take, we have a list L. Okay, now it has values 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what we're gonna do? We're gonna use the append function L dot append, and inside this function we're gonna pass on the value that we're gonna add after 4. That we're gonna add after 4. So let me pass 5. Okay, it is, if you pass in single quotes, that means you are passing a string. If you are passing directly, that means you're passing a number. Okay, now we'll just print it. Print L. Now I told you that there are two types of things, like they will be making changes, but it needs some variable to be stored, and another change is directly it will change the original file. So over here it will directly change the original file. It will not be there for storing something. Okay, it will directly change the original file. So let us execute this code and see to it. Python./session1, and we have day 4. Okay, so you can see we have added 5 over here. If you want to see what was previously added over here, then you can write print in the double quotes original data equals to, and then a comma, and then L. Okay, and now over here we'll write append function, append, this goes over here, right here, and then a comma. So this we can do, and now let us execute this code. So you can see original data was 1, 2, 3, 4, but after append function was applied, it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But there may be some error in saving, that is why it is not coming. Now it is exactly the same what we wanted. Okay, so you can see the changes. So this is what append is. Now let me take another example. So this is example 1. Now I have an example 2 in the append, The example 2 is something like I'm gonna append a list. Means inside a list, I'm gonna append another list. So what happens? Let us see. Example 2. So over there we have a list, maybe A equals to, let it be the characters A, B, then C. Let these be the characters. Okay, there will be a comma over here, and we are fine. Okay, now we will be appending this list. So how we're gonna append this list? We'll just print, sorry, not print, L dot append, L dot append, and inside that we'll pass on A. Now what does this mean actually? What we are doing, we are appending A, this list we're appending at the fifth element of list L. Okay, again I'm repeating this. We are appending A list in the fifth element of L. Now what do I mean by this? When I print it, you will understand. Print append list, comma L. Now you will find the data right over here when we execute it. So you'll find that append list, and there's a at the fifth element completely the list has been over here. Okay, you'll find that the list is completely appended as a fourth element. Now over here we have our procedure of doing indexing. To access each and every individual element, we have indexing. Okay, now let me brief you of indexing. What is indexing is actually indexing. Now if I print that, I want to print the first element of the list. Okay, print first element of list L. Okay, so how I'm going to print, and I'm going to print, let me write first. Okay, indexing, let me give it as indexing, and then a comma, then L of, and inside this the square brackets I will give the position. So the position over here by default starts from 0 every time. Okay, so I will write like this, print L of 0. That means the first position will get printed over here. So let's just execute this code, then we'll find it. Indexing 1, the first element of at the position 0 is 1, so it is printing 1. Now I will just print, and once again control copy paste, and then we will just print the fifth element. Okay, so what is the fifth element actually is over here? You can see right over here in the append list. You can see my cursor. 0th position, first position, second position, third position, fourth position, and fifth position. This is the fifth position over here. So we're gonna add an element to the fifth position. Okay, we're gonna, means indexing at the fifth position, we're gonna get the element at the fifth position. So let us execute this code, and you'll find we're getting the entire list. Okay, if you there are two types of appending. Okay, one you just want the entire list to be acting as an element of that previous list, and the second is that if you want that the new list elements should be the elements of the next list. For example, that means what I meant to say, that if I write 5, then only A should be accessible, 6 B should be accessible, and 7 position C should be accessible. Over here we will find that fifth position everything is accessible. Okay, it is completely a list inside the fifth position, the element. So for that we have another function, that is extend. This is the second function that we're going to learn, extend. Okay, this is the function, and we will just do the same thing, L dot extend, and inside that will pass on A. So now what happened, the previous L, whatever the previous L is, or else let us change the variable L. Let us rename L, or else you can change the variable also. Let it be Z equals to, and inside this will store some of the variables like 45, 67, 89, and 90, then 23. These are our variables. Now we're gonna extend some variables into it. So let us extend A only. Okay, so we will have over here Z dot extend A. So that means we are extending this Z list with the elements of this list A. Okay. Now let us execute this code and you will find, okay, I have not printed this. Print inside this extend and then a equals to comma and I will write Z. That's it. So here we go for the execution and you will find you didn't find anything. This is not saved. So it's taking a little time for saving it. And now it is saved. Yeah. So we'll just again and you will find extend. So over here you will find that each and every, it is not stored like this. Over here in the append list, you will find that the elements were stored in a list right over here as a list. But over here you will find that elements are stored of the previous new list in the previous list as an elements of that list. Now if you go for indexing, so you will just print indexing and let me print Z of 5 now. Let me check the elements 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, fifth is the A. So Z of 5. Now I will just see to it, execute this code, and you will find I'm good getting only A over here. I'm not getting list like unlike the previous one. Right over here. Yeah, right over here. Right over here, we were getting the entire list using append, but in extend we are getting A. So are you clear with this? The difference between append and extend and when to use append and when to use extend. Just let me know in the comment section. Clear. Very good. So now let us move forward. So over here you will find the extend that we have already understood. Okay, very good guys. Now checking in index of a list. This also I made you understood. Now I made not understood one thing. Indexing is of two types. Forward indexing and backward indexing. Now, what is forward indexing? That we are counting the numbers as forward, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the positions in the forward manner. Okay. But if you want to print the positions from the backward, then it is the counting starts from -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So if I'm gonna print my print negative reverse indexing, might be, it's just for explanation. This is not the actual term. Okay, it's for just explaining you reverse indexing Z of -1. So now Z of -1, Z was something over here. Let us see where is Z. Extend. Let me write Z also so that it is clear to you. Append list and let me write over here L so that we're gonna get a clear picture of this. Now you can see this was Z. I believe it is taking time to save. Maybe, yeah. Extend Z. So this was Z and this was L. Okay. Now in Z, if you go for -1 indexing, negative reverse indexing, so you will find that we are getting this element right over here. Add in between the elements. Yeah, we will come to this point, Viranchi. We'll come to this point how to add elements in between a position where we want it and how we're going to replace it, remove it, everything. We're going to come by time to time. We'll come on this. We'll discuss all these functions. So now see over here, this goes over here -1, and this takes the reverse element. There's the from the backward is taking the element. So if you write -2 over here, it will take the second last element. Okay. If you're gonna write -2 over here, it will take the second last element, that is B. So this is how indexing works on. You have two types of indexing, one is forward way and another is reverse, that is the backward. Okay. So now going to the next part, list slicing. As we have done slicing in your string, so similarly we have slicing over here in the list. Okay. So for slicing over here in the list, what we're gonna do, let me write it down, slicing. Let us take another list, L equals to 1, 2, 3, then some characters also. Let us take characters A, B, Then let us take some names also. Teckat. Okay, so this was all about this, and now we're going to do what we're going to do is slicing. Now slicing means taking some of the elements and out of the entire list. Now how are we going to slice it is something similar to the indexing part. We're going to directly print. If you want to store it somewhere, you're going to store in a variable, or we're going to directly print it. Slicing, and we're going to do the list is L of L of from 0th position. I'm going to slice to 3rd position maybe. Now I told you one thing, that the slicing object over here goes n minus 1 times. That means if you are writing 3, that means it will go till 2. That means 0, 1, 2. It will print from 1 to 3. Okay, so let us see. Okay, I missed a comma right over here. Yeah, now it's good. So let us execute this. You'll find slicing from 1 to 3. Now if you store somewhere and use it, it's your choice. If as per the programmer's demand, we just use these functions one by one. So this is slicing. Now yesterday I must have given you a task, I believe. I didn't remember the task. If you have solved it, just let me know in the comment section that if you have done the task. Now this is what slicing is. If you want to go for this method, then it is well and good. This is what slicing is. Now if you're going to slice from the negative part, that is also correct. From -1, if you're going to slice, that is also well and good. So here are some steps of slicing. Now there are methods, like if you want to start like this, if you don't want to give any of the values at the front, and if you write directly like a colon and then you do 4, that means that resembles to the point that it will start from the beginning and end at the 4 minus 1 position, that is 3rd position. Okay, now similarly over here, if you see to this, 3 is 3 colons nothing, that means it will start from 3 and end till end. Okay, so this is what it is doing. If you want to do the negative slicing, then you have to follow this step. -3, it will start from 0 and end till -3. Okay, it will start from -3 position, the 3rd last position, and end till the starting position. So this is what the negative slicing all about. Okay, I hope you're clear with the slicing part. Now we will have the length of a list. So how to calculate the length of the list? So as we have calculated length of the string, I believe if you have calculated as well, or else if you have not calculated, the process is same. Both the functions are same. Length. Now if I want to find the length of this this list, then I'm going to just write print length equals to, and then a comma, and then L. So over here you will len of L. Len is the function, and inside that I'll pass the list L over here, and it will find the length of the list right over here. The length of the list is 6, so you can calculate over here. We have stored the list right over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 elements, and it's showing 6. You can see. Okay, so this is how we use len function right in Python. Now similarly, we're gonna have inserting. This is what you were talking about, Piranchi, previously, that how to insert an element. So the function is insert, and the way of writing is the first is the index value. What is index value? The position where we want to insert. So after we write the position where we want to insert, we'll write the element. Now what happens? At that position, it will get insert, and the rest other values from that position will be shifted one step right. Okay, this is how this is gonna work. So we'll just take an example of this list only, L, right over here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna use the sorry, I missed the numbers counting. This is second function, and now the slicing is then another thing. Now this is the third function, and then we have the fourth function as insert. Insert. Now let me take this list only L. So what I'm going to do, L dot insert and the position. I'm going to insert before A or in between A and B. Okay. So the position is 0, 1, 2, 3. So after 3, I'm going to insert in the fourth position. So 4 comma and the value I'm going to insert. Let the value be 20. Okay, I'm going to insert 20 at the fourth position and then I'm going to print it. Print L. Okay, let me write it. Insert function equals to comma L. So let us check if everything is fine over here. You can see we got a 20 in between A and rest elements at that position will be shifted towards right. So I believe you got your answer, Viranchi, how to add an element in between the list. Okay, so now we'll move forward. If you have any questions in between the sessions, if you find some difficulties, just put on the comment section. I will just answer it as per the convenience. Now we have a count function. So for counting, you over here is something like counting the elements present in a list. For example, let us take another list. The fifth function is the count function. Now let us take another list. Let it be A equals 2, and inside A we're gonna write the numbers 1, 2, 3. Then again I will repeat 1, 2, 5, 6, 9, 20, and then 1. Okay, so this is what I have written a list, and then I will print this list. Okay, print this list for our better understanding. List A equals to and then a comma A. Yeah, we can insert more than one element in between. So let me pause this and I just commented this and I will come back to this. Now, if you want to insert more than one element, what you're going to do, you're going to just copy this, paste this, paste this, paste this. I'm going to insert 5 elements, not at fourth position. I'm going to insert one element at the fourth position, one element at the second position. Let this be second position, and I'm going to insert, let it be 98. Okay. And now I'm going to insert at this last position, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth position I'm going to insert. So fifth, and I'm going to insert some other like welcome. Okay. I want to insert a string over here and no more insertion. Very much insertion we have done. Now if you see to it, if you print this, then you will find the difference. You got all the elements inserted at the particular positions. So yes, we can do it, and this is how we will do it. Okay. So now we come back to this. Let me just uncomment this, and now this is the way what we have written: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 5, 7, 9, 21. This is my list, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to just count it. So what I want to count, I want to count the number of times one gets repeated. I have what I've written. I have taken the list A dot count. This function, whatever I pass over here, it counts the number of times repetition inside that particular list what we have assigned into it. Okay. So now let us see how many times we have A. Okay, over here I was going to print list A. Sorry, I'm gonna print list A and then print. Then we have count function. Inside that we have passed 1, and we'll pass A dot count, and inside that we'll pass 1. Yeah, this is a better representation of the data. So I've just inserted inside a Python. So let me exit this. Yeah. Now let me clear it because it has taken a lot of things. Now we'll go to Python. Okay. Python dot slash session1, and then we have day 4 dot py. So you can see over here in the list A there was This is once, this is twice, and this is thrice. 3 times we have one repeated, and here we have got it that one count is 3 times inside the list A. So this is how we use the count function. These are the applications. You just understand when you will be developing a project, maybe in the end of this week, that is tomorrow is the end of this week. So day after from day after tomorrow you're going to work on a some project, and you're going to implement these all things inside that project. So this is what you're going to do in those Saturday Sundays what we have. Now next what we go for is a remove an element. So now we have got it how to insert an element. Now we will learn how to remove an element, and for it very simple step it is we have a function dot remove over here. So we will just what we're going to do, we're going to learn the sixth function, remove, and let us take a only, this a. So what we're going to do, a dot remove, and inside it we will just pass on the value that we're going to remove. Okay, if you write it just like this, you will find what to give. Here it is telling that it is giving the value. Do not confuse with the index and the value. Okay, here it is showing you that it accepts a value. So whatever value we just accept it, then we will remove that value. Maybe we want to remove all ones, one. Okay, we're going to pass one over here, and we're going to print it. So let us see what happens. You're going to get it practically. So we will have remove this function, and then equals to, then a comma, then a. This is done. And now we'll start on. You found that we have removed one only once. Okay, we have removed one only once. This is because this function breaks out once it finds the value that is inserted once. Okay, so I repeat, this function breaks down once it got the value that is being passed through the function. Okay, so what to do if you want to remove all the values from here? So for that, what you're going to do, you're going to use this count function. You're going to count the number of times this is gone repeated, and then you're going to use a loop, and repeatedly you're going to remove the values every time as per number of times you got the count. So this is how you're going to do when you have multiple times. You're going to remove all the values over here. Okay, so now in the next thing, what we have, we got this remove. Now to remove an element using the position. Okay, it was remove an element using the value. Now we're going to learn how to remove an element using position. And now for this we have the pop function. Okay, now we have the seventh number. Now let me write over here, remove an element using value. Similarly, right over here we'll have the pop function, remove an element using position. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to use that a list only, a dot remove, sorry, not remove, a dot pop, and inside that we're going to pass on the position. We will copy this list so that there is no confusion with the list actually, because we have already removed an element and the positions are already changed. So we're going to reassign this list so that you don't get any confusion on it. Now we want to remove, for example, this position, this 5. This 5 we're going to remove. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is already in the 5th position. So I will just pop 5 and I will print the list. Print A, and I will pass on, and now I will execute this code. So you will find we have removed 5. Now let me write it down in a good way. Pop function equals to then a count. Yeah, this is done. So now we'll execute it for better representation. So you will see if you are popping, then this 5, what which was over here, right over here, it was 5. This 5 has been removed. Okay. So this is how this pop function does. It takes the position and then it removes at that position. Okay. So we have both the functions over here, remove by value, remove by position. So no issue with it. Now reversing. Reversing has of two types. Okay, one is reversing using slicing and another is reversing using this reverse function. Okay, reverse function, what happens, let me show you. Let me take list, this list again. Let me copy this. Let me copy this and let me write over here the 8th function, reverse. Okay, I will paste it over here. And what I do, I just write a dot reverse, sorry, reverse. Now it will not take any other values, and I will print a. Then what happens? Sorry, let me write it over here. Reverse equals to, and this is the function, comma a. This is done. So now let us execute this code. You will find C. The elements are being reversed. You can find this. This was the element, and now you will find the current element is something like this, 129.75. It is totally reversed. But you will find something like over here that it is reversing the actual list. So sometimes what you want to use the reverse operator, but you don't want to reverse the actual data. If you use this function, then you will reverse the actual data. For example, for this, we have another method. Let me name this as method 1, and let me name this as method 2. Okay, so now over here we have another method by if you want to store it in L equals to, we have the method using slicing. Now how to slice is A, inside it we're gonna use this. I believe, I don't remember the exact syntax. I believe this is the syntax, so let me see to it once. We'll just print L reverse method, reverse slicing method. This is the best way. Reverse slicing method equals to, then a comma, then L. Okay, we didn't get the output, desired output, so I believe this is somewhere over here. Let me see to it now. Okay, we didn't get it. So we have an option. Let me just Google it because I forgot the syntax. Reverse a list using slicing. Yeah, that was the correct method. Double quote -1. Okay, sorry guys. What happened? We followed the correct syntax, but what happened? We have reversed it over here once, and then once again we are reversing it. So the data actually, what it was reversed over here, it got reversed again. So let me copy this again and then paste it over here, and then again we will just print it. So now this will come exactly the same. Yeah. So this is what the slicing is. Now you can see if you want to print original A, print original list A, and you're going to pass on A over here. You will find there is no change in A, as we have, okay, there is a missing of comma right over here. You will find, see, original list A is something like this, but it has been reversed. Now after reversing, if you want to print, now we have reversed it over here only. Okay, we have reversed it over here, and after reversing we have printed both the data A and L, and you find out that A has no changes right over here, but L got changed and we are storing it in L, the reverse value in L. So this is how, if you don't want to lose your actual data and you want to reverse it also and store it, so this is how you're going to do using slicing. Basically, people always follow this method, slice method, because they don't want to lose the actual data in profession. Okay, this is not a task, and now this is, yeah. So next is the sorting. Now I told you that in normal C, C++, sorting takes a very long time. We have 2 to 3 types of sort. One of them is bubble sort and selection sort and many more techniques are there. But over here we have only a function, and using this function, this has become so easier. So what you're gonna do, if you want to sort this list A, then what you're gonna do, you're gonna just write. Let me write the second function, that is next function, that is ninth function, and it is sort. And now I will just do, I want to sort A, so I will dot A dot sort, and I don't want to pass anything over here. And always remember, sort does sorting in ascending order. Now let me write over here, sort in ascending order. Yeah, this is good. And now I will print A. Ascending sort. Then a comma. Yeah, this is done. So let me execute this now. You will find that all the values have been sorted in an ascending order. You will find this. Now, how to do descending sorting? For descending sort, what you're gonna do? Just reverse this value. After doing this sort, you're gonna just reverse this value. Sort in descending. Yeah. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna either if you want to change the original file, then you can do a dot reverse, or else you can slice. Both are correct. So I will just not change the original file. I will just slice it. So print descending sort, then as equals to, and then a comma, and I will just slice it A double colon -1. That's it. I can print it directly. Now we'll find this. We have got everything in a descending order. So this is a trick actually to use the sort function right over here. So now if you go to the next, we have the copy. How to copy a list to another list. If you want to do this like copy function, this is our 10th function. And what you're going to do, let a list, this is the list. Let me copy this. This is our list. And if I want to do the copy, let it be L equals to A in this method. Okay. And I just print L. I just print L, and I also print A. So let me write over here. I'm just showing you what is the difference between using in this manner and using copy. Print A, comma A. Okay. I printed L and I printed A. I copied A, the original list, to L. Okay. Now let us see what happens over here. You will find we are getting the data. We are getting the data. Now, this is the method, one method of copy. Now, if you just change, for example, you're changing L. So L dot reverse, maybe you're reversing the values. So let us see what is the difference. You can see we are not getting the reverse of L, right? If you're gonna see, if you're writing A dot reverse, then if I'm gonna do this, Is there some mistake that I'm doing? Okay, we got the reverse. Okay, I didn't see it. We got the reverse, you can see. But what happens in the both the cases, you will find that what if I'm doing a reverse in the A, then automatically that reverse is being done in L. You can see L has also been reversed and A has also been reversed. Are you getting this? But when I use this copy function, now when I use this copy function, so this method is list2.copy and will store in the new list. This is the method. So I will just write L equals to A dot copy. Now if I do some changes, you will find that there will be some difference. So let us see. Now you can see that L remains the same, but we have changed to A. We have changed A over here. So this is what copy function does. It copy each and every element of that list to the new list, and there is no linkage between the previous list and the new list. So I hope you understood this, because this is very, very important for you to understand. So just let me know in the comment section that you understood this concept or not of the copy function, the use of copy function. Yes, very good. So now after this, what we're going to do, we're going to go to the next function, and it is clear. If you're going to clear the entire list, if you're going to clear this entire list, then how you're going to clear it? Like we have the existence of this list L and A, both the existence are till here. But once we do, let me write clear function first. So it's number 11 function. And if I write that A dot clear, let me clear A, and then again I will print this. Print this. I will write L after clear. Sorry, L is similarly same. A is after clear. Okay, this is done. So now let us execute this. You will find L and A both were existence over till here, but after clear function, L has the same values, but A has the null value. All the values that were present in A were got clear. So if you want to clear some after some tabs, for example, you have a list, but if some button is pressed for clear, then this is the method what you're gonna call when that button is gonna press. When you work on GUI, then these all things are very, very important, because you're gonna clear every time whenever these buttons are being pressed. So let us come back over here, and now we'll have the delete. Now clear, what it does, when we use clear, then there is a list existence of that particular variable, particular list, but the elements of that list got empty. But when we use delete, then the existence of that particular list of the variable that was created as a list type will have no existence then. Okay, so let me write it out, the 13 method, and this is del. This is not a function, this is just del we need to write over here. So what we're gonna do, right, del, and then the element that we're gonna clear, let it be A. Okay, so after that, if we're gonna print A, let me copy this and paste it over here. Let me eliminate this, this has no value right now. And now after del. Okay, so let us see what happens. You will find we have got the value still here, A after clear, but after that, when we try to print A right over here, it's telling that there is no A is not defined. Name A is not defined. That means the existence of A is no more present. Now A doesn't exist as a list type, or else A doesn't exist as any type. Okay, this is what delete does. It just deletes the entire variable and the existence of that variable from the memory allocation. Okay, so now there's an exercise. Just go for this exercise. Just note it down once. You just go through this. It says you that create a full list of 4 students database where each separate list contains name, means name, 4 names will be there in the name list. Roll numbers, all the roll numbers of the 4 students will be there in the roll number list. All the stream, in stream that means which stream he is studying on. Maybe he is a student of 12th and he have PCM, PCB, such all streams. If you have BTech, then whatever streams he has here, and year of admission. So there are the 4 lists, and this is how you're going to store list one. That means whatever name you're going to see give to list one, this is the way you're going to store, and you're going to print those. So this is your task. Just a very simple task. It is not a very much big issue on it. You can easily do it. So now we have tuple. So tuple has a very less things to discuss, not a very big part. So let us begin with tuple right now. Before going to tuple, just let me know that have you understood the list completely? If you have any doubt related to the list, you can put it on the comment section. And if you're taking time to put it on the comment section, you can speak out. Unmute your mic and speak out, no issue with it. And if you have understood, you write it that you're clear. Clear. Okay, guys, so we may proceed with tuple. Very good. So now what happens, this is the definition of tuple. Let me read the definition, then I will explain you. A tuple is a sequence of values with much like a list. The values stored in a tuple can be of any type and they are indexed by integers. Means indexing is allowed in tuple. Okay. The important difference is that tuples are immutable. That means tuples cannot be changed. Tuples are also comparable and hashable. So we can sort lists of them and use tuples as key values in Python dictionaries. Now, what does all mean? That we cannot make any changes, any modifications in tuples, like we were appending values in the list, we were inserting values, we are removing values from the list. These all functions are not allowed in tuple. Only what we can do, you can use the values of the tuple for other purposes or store it some other ways. You can do the indexing in the tuple. This is what I meant to say. And as tuple is the most secure type of data, so you can use it as a key, means the key value pair that we have in dictionaries. So you can use it as a key for your dictionary elements. So this is what it meant. So now I already told you how to declare a tuple. This is the way how we declare a tuple. This is a blank tuple declared with a variable named tuple1. That variable is a class tuple. Now this is how we're going to declare the data. So let us start tuple. Sequence. We won't go with the functions of the tuples. It will take a little time. We'll just initiate with the tuple for things, and then we'll just wind up the session. So it's, I believe, the third part. So now, how to take a tuple, initiate a tuple? Let it be T. Let I have taken a T, and this is will be in parenthesis that denotes it's a tuple. And now I will just write on some values 1, 12, 34, 56, 78, or comma A. Okay, these are the values. I missed. This is a comma. This will be a comma right over here. Yeah, this is done. So this is what tuple denotes. And now, if you want to print the type of this, then you can print, as I've already told you how to print the type. Type of T. So you will find this type is tuple. Next, okay, I will need to remove this, comment this part. Now it will be fine. Let me execute this. Yeah, see, this is class tuple, as it denotes T is tuple. Now I'm going to print T also over here, comma T, so that it is good for understanding the concepts. So you find class tuple, and this is the tuple. Okay. Now if you want to execute the append function into this, then you will find there is some error because it doesn't support append 12. Okay, that means append function denotes that it will just append the value at the end. So let us execute this code. You will find there has no attribute append. We have nothing to just change or modify the values. If you want to pass on the other functions also, like insert, if you want to use insert because it inserts a value, so you can use it. There is no attribute like insert over here. Okay, so tuples are very much secure. For security purpose, we use tuple. All the data that did not be changed, like bank account numbers, these all are stored in a tuple variable and then we use. Okay, different languages have different names of this kind of data, but this kind of data actually exists in each and every language. Okay, where security is the prime thing. So for today, we have completed this list and we have started the briefing of tuple, and that's it for today. So if you have any queries, then you put on your message over here, or else we'll continue tomorrow.